My wife said it best, our brains are at max capacity, but I can't help but think how we tend to neglect our hearts. So here's a new style of video, fast moving and direct, short and to the point. Parts of a longer video splintered into bite-sized portions, the same hard-hitting messages for the heart in smaller packages. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Ponds and Beavers Shortwave. Hey guys, I'm going to jump right into it. Let's talk about inspiration. What inspires us? The thing or something, a source that moves our intellect, our thoughts, and moves our emotion, what's in our heart. Something God showed me earlier that was profound was this. We kind of automatically assume, almost like consequences, it's almost like that, how we kind of just, when we hear consequence, we assume negative and bad. When consequence is neutral, you have good consequences and bad consequences. Well, it's like that with inspiration. It's the source that makes that inspiration good or bad. It's where that inspiration comes from, because where it comes from determines how it moves our intellect, our emotions, right? Our thoughts, right? And our aspirations, our dreams, what we sometimes call our dreams, are just merely ambitions, kind of subconsciously setting goals without us even realizing we're doing it until it becomes more of a tangible goal around us. Everything tangible starts intangible. And so let's talk about the good and the bad inspiration. Okay, let's talk about where God will inspire us for sure, and where the world or the devil, our great enemy, can also inspire us. Let's say you're at war with an enemy. Wouldn't you want that enemy to not have a sound mind if you could help it? Wouldn't you want your enemy to be confused, to lack proper communication? Wouldn't you want that enemy to be weak and vulnerable? And a lot of times what that looks like is dividing and conquering, separating, isolating. So wouldn't the devil want that for us? Wouldn't that be what our enemy wants to happen for us? For us to not have a sound mind, for us to be consumed in fear, and allowing fear to drive almost every choice we make, whether it's big or small. Fear of money, fear of failure, fear of, my gosh, I think for us guys, I think just about everything we face can be kind of narrowed down to those two things, money and failure, if I'm honest. Hopefully you're being honest with yourself too, and seeing that's pretty true. Think about what God would want, on the other hand. He would want us to have a sound mind. So that's the opposite of fear, right? We know that fear produces an unsound mind, but God wants us to have a sound mind. God wants us to not be confused, to be led in all truth. That's why He gave us His Spirit living inside of us, so that we could be led to whatever's true that we need to know. We're on a need-to-know basis with God. And if we need to know something, God's right there wanting to reveal that thing, so we're not confused, so we're not scratching our head wondering, God, where do I go? So we're not lost. And so we have this pull every single day. If you narrow it down in truth and being honest, it's narrowed down to two sources: God or the devil. God or this world, our enemy. Whatever sets itself against God, that's our enemy. So looking at inspiration and looking at it different in the lens of, man, what is influencing, what is moving my thoughts today? What is influencing, what is moving my emotions today? Why am I so angry today? Why am I so impatient today? Why do I have this single thought that keeps haunting me for a week now? So for the past week, this one thought's been haunting me, and it's fear-based. Guys, that's a problem, because you know what? That's not God inspiring, moving that thought. So just like every time before, I do want to give y'all a time, and me myself included, a time to just
take all of this to God and spend some time alone with God. And I hate to say practice, because this should be just who we are and just part of relationship, but it does take practice to learn. So let's practice and learn together what it's like to engage in acknowledging God's voice. And let's do that right now. So spend some time with Him right now.